And we're live. This is one of those ones where there was an inexplicable delay between me clicking the go live and the system telling me I was actually live. More than a tad confusing when it does that. Sometimes it tells me I'm live almost instantly, and other times there's a delay, and I just have to work out which it is going to be, because it varies from time to time. So, hey, if you're watching this back later, and hey, if you're here now, Luke and Musical Aviator, hello to the two of you. Been texting with AIDzee. He should be joining us soon-ish. Let me go with share this share, yes, just share it. Why are you making my life difficult? Host. There, okay, I've shared it on the socials. Get into it. Will we feed him chili? We might. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Yes, as I often do when I set up for these live things, trying to come up with a theme. I thought, is this National Anything Day? I looked it up, and it's National Chili Day in America, I assume. And yes, AIDzee's so allergic to chili, it can actually kill him. So, which also helps me know thematically what cocktail I'm going to make a little bit later with my chili liqueur, chili spirit. Hey, Big Pat Wrestling Days, how you doing, buddy? In fact, let me. I'm going to look for something. Fireworks on the beach, a chili vodka. See, I'm going to make a chili vodka cocktails. What's this? Fireworks on the beach, which is a good name. Okay, long story. So many fucking ads. Where's the recipe? Okay. So, chili vodka, peach schnapps. I've never got into schnapps as a thing. It's another thing. Maybe I should get some. Cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and orange juice. I don't really go for the ones that have so much juice in them. What's this other one? A chili martini. That might be more the go. What do they say are the ingredients for a chili martini? Where's the actual fucking recipe? Fuck, I hate these fucking websites. Jesus. And I've got to put ad blocker on this. These fucking websites have so many fucking ads on them, you can't navigate them. It's like the fucking website's 75% ads. Okay. Where's the fucking recipe, you fucking shit? It's like, you know, there's not a bigger thing. Like, if you're going to fuck you people in your useless fucking website. Ugh, so annoying. Is the video quality bad? See, if it's pixelation, who knows? If it's like low resolution is what you're complaining about, Luke. The trouble is there is 1,000 variables between you and me. It could be my internet playing up. It could be your internet playing up. It could be the app I'm using playing up. If you're watching on YouTube, it could be YouTube playing up. There are, unfortunately, too many variables. If it's picture quality, I found some controls for. Actually, I'm going to try something because I set the controls when there was a different quality of light, and now they don't look like what I do. But it's super freaking annoying. The app that controls the camera won't adjust the camera if I'm doing a live stream. It goes, "Camera's in use." And it's like, well, yeah, camera's in use by another application. Advanced settings. Maybe it is going to let me do this. Okay, let's try this. Where's the advanced settings? Okay. Brightness, contrast, saturation, white balance. All right. Brightness. Is that doing something? No. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Sharpness, white balance, gain. Okay. What isn't it letting me do? The things it's not letting me do the things I want to. What if I hit auto brightness? That doesn't work. Okay, fuck you. Oh wait, okay. Oh look, the fucking white balance has gone right out. Okay, that's a bit better. Now the focus is, oh wait, camera controls. That's what I wanted. Fucking exposure. Okay. Is that better? I'm not very familiar with these controls. A little bit more bright. No, the adjusting brightness sucks. Wait, I need to. There's white balance. That's a bit much, isn't it? I could go black and white. We could go blue. It's very night for day there. That's kind of okay. Maybe increase the saturation. I'll go Donald Trump. I go Donald Trump. A bit more Donald Trump. I don't know. That kind of looks better, I think. Okay, so I can adjust things during a live stream. Yeah, I think that looks better. All right, I'm gonna stick with that anyway. Back to the church. Musical Aviator. And hi, Bex. How are you? And Aussie Gun Bunny. Hello. Music Aviator. You think it seems a bit dark? Okay. Does it seem dark now? Because I can lighten it, and just with the I've settled down. I'm not fiddling with the settings anymore. That's an interesting one, Daniel. Firefox is including a proxy service in the web browser to help combat data harvesting. Not sure how that works, but it sounds intriguing. Oh, hey, Adele, how are you? Bobo, does green still show up blue? Big question. Let's get the very green thing and find out. Yes is the answer. This is super bright green and it looks blue. That still confuses me. I mean, I could adjust the hue, maybe, and they'll do it. Pat, next YouTube meetup. I don't know, mate. You didn't come to the last one. Right, okay. What if I adjust the hue? Yeah, okay. That's like super mint green. And if I get this, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Calm down, computer. Okay, there was one. Doesn't let me change hue. Okay, I don't know why it wouldn't let me change hue. Ooh, what's background comp? 1 or 0. Okay, that's a bit weird and binary. All right, I'm gonna. No, that's not doing anything. All right. Big Pat's playing basketball. Good man. Yes, and blue dee da dee da da dee da da dee da da do. Yes, so I've adjusted the settings. And it was a locust trooper who was getting driven crazy by the autofocus shifting on this camera. I found out how to stop it doing that. Look, it doesn't. She's out of focus if I go up there, and it's not going zit, 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 zit. It's fixed focus now. Hoorah! Hoorah! We these little things, all these little things that help. But I'm glad I actually found an app that controls this camera. They did not make it completely straightforward, but I did find it eventually. So now I can actually adjust the camera settings, which, hoorah, that's good to see. It's good to do. And I think AIDzee is going to come on and be paranoid about coronavirus again, because it looks like we're this close to the World Health Organization declaring it to be a pandemic, because now we've got significant outbreaks in Italy and Iran and South Korea, and that pretty much meets the definition of a pandemic. And basically America doesn't fucking stand a chance. Nintendo Lunchbox, what are my fears? Okay, the biggest thing about COVID-19, this variant of coronavirus, very contagious. It spreads very quickly. The slight upside is it appears to have a relatively low fatality rate. Like SARS had 10% fatality rate, but it didn't spread that far. This COVID-19 appears to have about a 2%. We don't really have enough data about what happened. Ooh, this is a fun thing that I was... Yep, okay, that's the confirmation I was looking for. It's already killed more people than the SARS epidemic because it spread much more widely. So the global death toll for SARS was less than 800 people. And I think the global death toll for coronavirus is up around 2,000. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. So... Oh, yeah, Luke, don't, as we were saying on Facebook, don't share articles from the Daily Mail because they've been running absolute bullshit. They've been running pure fucking bullshit. They just don't care if what they post is inaccurate. It's a terrible source. So, yes, so coronavirus is already far more deadly than SARS because far more people have got it. And it's like, yeah, Nintendo Lunchbox, as you're saying, Pence has been put in charge of it in the US. So, hey, actual thoughts and prayers to combat pandemic. But let's see, America's fucked because the health system's in a shambles. People can't afford to go to the hospital. They can't afford to self-quarantine and take off work. So it's just going to infect fuck knows how many people there. So it's like, a senior journalist saying, oh, don't freak out, it's only got a 2% mortality rate, which hopefully stays constant. Hopefully that is a realistic death toll. And we don't really have conclusive data to know that for sure yet. Could be lower, could be higher. It might mutate and the percentage could change. But it's like, let's say it's 2%. The rate of infection of this, you could easily get 100 million cases in the US, which even at 2% means a death toll in the millions, which, not great. Oh my god. One of my fears. My fears are we're fucked. Not that the population's going to be wiped out, but the death toll will be fairly high. But it's going to fucking destroy the world economy. There's going to be a worldwide recession, if not depression, and as we've seen all around the world, with the slightest pressures, so many countries retreat to fucking fascism. So, yes, Bobo, Trump definitely has it under control. He's I didn't see his press conference. I just saw people's reactions to it on Twitter, and they were freaking out a bit. They're going like, even for Trump, this is bad. Like, it's super fucking incoherent what he's saying. Even by Trump standards, this is like the shittest press conference ever. I'm going to put another big chunk of ice in my Pepsi because I like it with lots of ice. I like my ice. Got to get some of that ice, baby. Vanilla ice, baby. Luke, what are we saying? Lots of airlines cutting routes. Yeah, well, young Ms. Angry is scheduled in the next month to go to Japan for an exchange. And there's obviously concern around that at the moment. Stuff could change very much in the next couple of weeks. So that's a bit stressful. Yes, that's another one, Nintendo Lunchbox. Will the Olympics still be on? At this point, there is some risk attached to it. And hello, Fili Ancila. Oh God, Justin, if you just watched doco on the 1980 flu pandemic, that'll depress you because it killed millions. It killed more people than World War One. Killed so many people, and that's, of course, ever since then. That's what the pandemic experts have been paranoid about. They've been paranoid about the next Spanish flu, one that was really virulent and had a high death rate. And the Spanish flu kind of spread without the speed of travel that we have now. So something that virulent and that deadly would have so much worse an effect now. Now, coronavirus doesn't seem even close to as virulent as the Spanish flu. Sorry, it does seem as virulent, as contagious, but just not as deadly. That's a desperate text from AIDzee. Think he's having technical troubles, as the kids say. Kids say that, don't they? Oh, that's an interesting one, PBR. Tom Cruise delayed filming new Mission Impossible movie in Italy. Oh, yeah. No. Italy's is at the moment Europe's hotbed. Yeah, just from an insurance point of view, even if Tom Cruise was going, oh, we're not going to get it, we should go, the insurance company backing the film would have gone, no, we're not covering you if you go to fucking Italy, no. I can't look on Facebook now, Pat, because I'm on the live stream now. Justin, it wouldn't surprise me if we're still learning about the 1918 flu. Science is pretty amazing like that. When you think you've learned everything about a topic, you can discover more. And God, I still have all the various swords of Damocles hanging over our head. One is probably not fanciful theory that's got people a bit paranoid is that lots of diseases got frozen in the permafrost thousands of years ago, and because of global warming, we're seeing melts that we never thought we'd see. And there is a theory that really old versions of, like smallpox and typhoid and old diseases that we don't have any resistance to and are very deadly could be released from the permafrost and kill us all. That's a cheery thought. That is a cheery thought. Yes, Justin, isn't it a shit year 2 months in? Australia's had they started in fucking September, but we had the devastating bushfires. And now this almost definite pandemic. And we're going to see how bad it's going to be, but it seems very infectious. Seems very infectious. So going to be lots of tongues. Bobo, slip of the tongue, you called it the cronulla virus. The cronulla virus is where you act super racist and attack ambulance drivers. I think Scummo, being representing the Shire, I think he has cronulla virus, actually. Justin, you were planning to go to Canada. Yeah, you never know. Basically, travel generally might be a very bad idea very soon. So, even within countries, travel might be a bad idea, let alone between countries. Look, you're saying Adelaide hospitals are already 160% over capacity. Yeah, there was repeated stories in Adelaide of people being taken out of ambulances and just left lying on trolleys, and a couple people died because the hospital didn't even have the capacity to look at them. So, yeah, stressed health systems don't want to. Dear. 21 delicious spicy cocktails. So you're going to make a chili cocktail to mark World Chili Day, and because I have that quite nice chili liqueur. Gross beer cocktail. A Gibson. I'll have to check that out. I want to make it with vodka to try out my special vodka. Manhattan. Ah, that's funny. A twist on a Manhattan. What are these ones? What's a Gibson? Vodka and vermouth. Okay. I could try that. Bit of my special vodka, chili liqueur, and vermouth. And then probably some untreated. That's a possible. That's a possible. I might do that. The fuck is this shit? Spawned an ad. Fuck you. Ugh. Fucking websites. I swear the fuck. Okay. They just jam so many ads in. A caipirinha. Spiked with muddled. Yes, what's a Dalmatian? Grapefruit and vodka. A spicy maiden. That's a good name for a drink. Pineapple. No. Yeah, it'd probably work well in a Bloody Mary. The Retox. Hot blooded. Okay, I think I know something I'm going to base it on. We'll go with that anyway. Ooh, Pat's got a girlfriend. Nice. People finished reading Rose McGowan's book, Brave. Very interesting. Oh, Hollywood's a fucking cesspit, and Rose McGowan got some of the worst of it. Oh, I just saw that Music Live 80. You mentioned the Grand Prix in Melbourne. Yes, which brings in a bunch of tourists. Usually. Yes, that's what we want. Something. And You'll notice my mannerisms. They say, "Don't touch your nose," and I'm always doing that. I'm just going to get so fucking sick. Luke, I wouldn't be at all surprised if people were presenting at hospital unnecessarily because they're paranoid. People are paranoid. Justin, I'm like you. I have a bit of luck that I could work from home. My workplace would be very supportive about working from home. And there's a waving AIDzee. Let's say hello to him. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you very much for letting me be on your device. You're nice.
Justin, because you've been working for Democrats abroad, they cancelled China polling station. We're deep in coronavirus talk, AIDzee. You know, are we all doomed? We're doomed.
Well, I just did a bit of research on a bit of coronavirus. Apparently, new cases are doubling every day around the world.
Yep. I think they must be trying to calm down and get some sort of communication happening with governments around the world. But the World Health Organization must be about to declare it a pandemic because the outbreaks in South Korea, Italy, and Iran. I think the technical definition of a pandemic is 2 outbreaks outside of the country of origin that don't seem to have a direct link to that. And you could say South Korea being close enough to China didn't count, but Italy and Iran,
Yeah, no. Italy and Iran, mate, you've lost it. You've lost it. It's gone. News in the grapevine is that remember SARS all those years ago?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
When they isolated a vaccine for SARS, they got Melbourne to make a shitload of the vaccine. And the Americans said, we'll have first dibs on it.
Yeah.
And Melbourne said, yeah, okay, no worries. And started punching it out. And then Australia got a bit of SARS and said, all right, so we'll have some. And the Americans went, no, we'll have it all because we've got first dibs on it. And Australia went, ooh. And they, America pointed to the contract and said, fucking hand over. And the Australian government went, ooh, we've got stung on that one.
Yeah.
Apparently this time round, the new contract reads, and they've got one ready to go. Fucking knew they would. New contract reads something like, yes, America, you've got first dibs on it because they moved real quick. And as our own health is assured, so shall you have all of what's coming out of the factory. So basically, there's the caveat there that, we get some too, motherfucker. We made it. We don't have to die making you healthy. A lot of that. America's sitting fat, dumb, and happy. And Australia and China are the only 2 places that have actually isolated the fucking virus as such. Happily, Australia's sticking the virus into ferrets.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Well, have you ever had a ferret try and nestle into your bum? Had to coax him with cocaine.
Yeah.
And they won't go for anything else. And they won't go for the cheap stuff either. I'm just lying now. Yes, we're all doomed. Bloody I can never remember his name. InfoWars. Alex Jones must be fucking having an ejaculatory fit right now. Because this is bloody New World Order confirmed. That's why
they've already spread the rumor that it's a bioweapon that got out of a Chinese lab. It's just like, shut the fuck up. Like,
I mean, a bioweapon that got out of a Chinese lab every 5 years.
Yeah.
Every 5 years? That's some pretty shitty fucking security on your bio lab there, kids.
Yeah.
You think
my personal favorite, you brought up Alex Jones. Rush Limbaugh has been ranting and saying, it's not real. It's just the common cold. They're weaponizing it to to discredit President Trump. Of course, the humor in that is that for years he denied smoking caused lung cancer, and now he's dying of lung cancer. So the only thing funnier would be if he actually died from coronavirus before the cancer could kill him.
That would
be an awesome topper as far as I'm concerned.
Do you know what? I would be upset because it'd be very much Russ Hinds. Russ Hinds stole millions of dollars and never saw the inside of a jail. Died before they could fucking put him in front of a court. So pissed off. Because if you believe, like I do, that there is no punishment afterwards, he just got away with it all. He just got away with everything. Fuck you all, and I don't care.
Basically. Yeah.
Oh, Jody too. Old man Emu knows a thing or two about peanut farming, and he can fuck you sideways. I always have a thing about Queensland because their practical ban on homosexuality was so vicious and violent that it even affected me. Just full on. I've got to go and get some glue, and I'll be back in 2 secs. I really won't be long. Just going to turn my microphone off so I don't screech at you, but I will be back in 2 seconds.
All right. So AIDzee's apparently going to sniff glue. So that will be set a special tone for this evening's live stream. Oh, sorry. Nintendo Lunchbox and Justin, I saw you both mentioning the Iran health or deputy health minister got infected with. I keep trying to. Now we've been talking about SARS and Ebola. I was going to say then coronavirus. Yeah, wasn't it? I think it was only a day or two after he did a public appearance, going, "Don't worry, we've got everything under control." Then a day or two later, announcement, "Oops, he's got it." So yikes. So it looks like basically it's going to get everywhere, and there's, you can do the little things of don't touch things, wash your hands all the time. But I don't know. I just kind of feel if it's going to get you, it's going to get you. It will be interesting because the plans, they go in stages. Like if it's essentially like, okay, cases just keep happening and it's spreading quite fast. The first bit of advice is ignore don't go to big events with crowds. And then that kind of escalates into don't go out, and then they start to close down schools, and then they tell people not to go into work. It sort of goes along that sliding scale. Look, the masks are ridiculous. The masks can be helpful if you're sick, that you don't spread your germs, but the masks do next to nothing to protect you from this sort of illness. But hey, placebo effect, who knows? Safa, is who corrupt? In what sense? I mean, I think corruption exists everywhere. I don't know what specifically you're referring to with who. Oh, yeah, the Nintendo Lunchbox. You work in Vegas. Yep. And that's the thing. I'm lucky. I have an office job, and it would be relatively easy for me to work from home. And I think my current workplace would be quite supportive of an extended period of working at home. I'm glad, because I got a new job at the end of last year. I'm a contractor. I change every 6-12 months as normal. But, yeah, I didn't have the same faith in the people that I was working for last year. I don't think they would be as supportive of me working at home for an extended period. So I'm glad I am where I am now. But yeah, people who work in hospitality or retail, you can't stay home. You can't work from home. But venues are going to close down. Shops are going to close. And the economy's fucked. I mean, when we're talking about why we're doomed, so far we've been talking about getting sick and dying, but economically, this is going to be crippling. It's already started to have severe effects around the world because the world's supply chain depends on China, and it's being quite savagely disrupted. But when we get to the stage where it's so widespread that you're getting the advice to, don't go to school, don't go to work, don't go out, people like me can work from home, but retail workers can't, construction workers can't, hospitality workers can't. And again, because so many of fucking hospitality and retail workers are on casual, no fucking protections, it's going to be disastrous. It's absolutely going to be disastrous. So there goes the budget. The LNP budget was always complete fucking lies, but this is going to expose their lies quite savagely. Look, you're out selling Big Issue. Buddy, I think you're going to have to get yourself some nice white gloves and don't cough on anyone or they'll freak out. White gloves so you don't really have to touch people, touch money and whatnot, because money's very dirty. But what you might see is far fewer people out and about. So Australian wage policies are confusing. Well, and it's not limited to Australia. It's fucking neoliberalism around the world. The pieces of shit who run things have been chipping away. Oops, I think we've got an AIDzee back. Let's bring him back.
Hello there. How am I going to go? I can't stay at home and work. These cocks won't suck themselves.
Yeah,
I've got to get out there and go, hello, call this number. My work number, by the way, not my private number. Yeah. My private number is for my diamond customers.
Yeah. There won't be as much business. There won't be as much business at the truck stops if, supply chain starts getting shut down.
Trust me. The business at the truck stops will be just the same. Fucking truckies will drive to the truck stops without a load to get their load. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Randomly bringing up truck stops. We really have to go to, do you remember that place down in Docklands under the expressway? And it's like there's a diner in a fucking caravan, and we just drove past it and go, nothing good happens there. It's
nothing good happens there.
Drug deals and murders.
Yeah, the only people that go there are drug dealers, murderers, and cops. Yeah. For food, but you can see drug dealers and cops and murderers all chatting while they're having a feed and go, righto, well, it's 11, back into it again, and everyone takes out guns and runs after one another.
Yeah. Those old Warner Brother cartoons of the coyote and the sheepdog that they actually check in, like they have a punch card.
Yeah, punch card. Yeah.
And then they wait for the whistle and the day start. No, I reckon we have to go there one day, and we'll go in, and 30 seconds through the door, our worst fears will be confirmed, and then we'll be going, is it better to stay or run? Are they like wolves? If we run, will they chase us? You get that stuff
and
like,
at some point, it'll be just hit the fucking deck, zoom, and then bang, 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 all coming over. If we're quiet, they'll probably not twing. Oh, it doesn't matter. No need to be quiet now. They know we're here. That's the beautiful thing about movie effects is you can hide behind the couch and bullets don't get you. When in fact, if you hide behind a car, bullets will go right through the car and kill you. Sometimes through the engine block and through the car and kill you.
That happened in Miami not long ago. On a fucking freeway, cops opened fire on a UPS truck that had been hijacked, and they knew the driver was being held hostage, and they opened fire on the truck, and they killed the driver. and the bad guys returned fire. The cops hid behind other people's cars on the freeway while shooting at the bad guys, and so the bad guys shot back at them, killing at least one more person in a fucking car. It's like, just when you think you've seen the worst of American cops, they do something completely unhinged like that. You think like they just specialize in shooting unarmed black men, but it's just like they literally used innocent civilians as human shields. It was like, what the fuck?
To protect and serve. Or not.
Yeah, exactly.
The best one I ever saw was a guy stole a tank. Right, he was running around the roads on his tank, going do 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 do. I've stolen a tank.
Yeah.
There's no keys in a tank. As long as they can get in, you press the button, start, and if you got fuel, you've got a tank. Here I am in my tank, and he was running around. He didn't shoot anyone. He did run over 2 cars and smashed one corner of a shop. Okay, and then. They finally sort of boxed him in, and he doesn't want to run over police cars. And then a cop has jumped up on the tank, opened the hatch, and shot him.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait a minute. Weren't you supposed to just go get the fuck out of the tank? No, just open the tank and shot him. We're like, wait, just as the present danger had stopped, it was all over. Yeah. You've got him. Yeah. He's agreed to surrender. Yeah. And he just shot him to death. Yeah. And nothing came of it. Yeah. And this is the thing that blows my mind, is that nothing comes of these cops shooting these motherfuckers in the head. And you just go, what? What blew my mind with the Black People Matter campaign was I was going, oh, yeah, we're living in a woke society. But then I found out that no cop has ever been indicted for shooting a black guy. And I thought, nah, that's not. Nah, come on, no, that's not. No, it's really real. And the guy who got filmed murdering that black guy, shooting him in the back, murdering him, was stunned when he got indicted or got booked at the station. Yeah. He was stunned. And I know I've told you that I was worried that he was just stunned at being caught, or I was worried that he was stunned at being indicted because he was caught. Because everyone does this, and I found out later that was what it was everyone does this. Why are you booking me? You know, we all do it. And it was, well, sorry, Charlie, you're on the live internet doing it. Yeah. And we can't very well let you go. But he got off.
I was going to say, he still wasn't convicted.
No, wasn't convicted. He got off. He didn't go to trial. At the hearing, apparently there was something, some shit that went down, and the police union's lawyers went, well, on this and this and oh, and you got to think about that. And the judge went, oh yeah, righto, fair cop, away you go in peace and freedom. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. AIDzee, how are you today? Wrestling days, you know, wrestling days. It's like this. I'm okay. I'm not strong in the faith, and I am deficient in the drug. But I'm here with my man, Angry, and you, good folk, especially you, wrestling days. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it tough, but I'm doing it strong.
Tough. Will we, do you think, are you in the mood, do we have a topic that we could do a podcasty thing on? Or just shoot the breeze. What do you think?
I don't have anything to do a podcast on. I mean, the only thing I know anything about is Cyrus the Virus, the Wuhan Wonder.
Yeah.
I don't. What are we going to call it besides coronavirus? Because coronavirus is just a thing.
It's
just that.
They call it, novel coronavirus because things called coronavirus have been around for years. But I think the official designation, for whatever reason, is COVID-19.
Oh, I like COVID-19.
Yeah, and I don't know what that is.
It's like that bloody not Tracy Chapman, who was the woman who sang "Running Up That Hill" and "Hounds of Love," Count Bush. That Kate Bush song about they're looking for a sound that would kill someone. Something 19. No,
not ringing any bells. Not ringing any bells. I didn't know Justin saying earlier he had a work colleague who was supposed to have a honeymoon in Wuhan, which is weirdly specific. I didn't know Wuhan was a holiday destination.
It's a fucking great place. It's a big university. It's like, imagine a place the size of Victoria that's a university town.
Right.
That's got a fuckload of corporate money in it because they train hyper clever professionals there to go into science, technology, aerospace, art, you name it. If you wanted to be a big person country, you'd need all these folks. And so it's like beautiful and clean and wonderful, and all the people there are really cool and clever, and being arrested and put into forcible concentration camps where they'll die.
Yeah.
I'm loving seeing this footage of the doctors and police going around door to door, knocking on the door, taking your temperature, dragging these fuckers out, sticking them in the cars. Are you going now? No, I feel like, no, you're coming now. I really don't want to get put with sick people. You're coming now. And it's like, fuck. Here in Australia, it'd be totally different. You're coming now, I'm going to shoot you in the balls. I'll get a bag. Don't bother about the bag. It looks better on camera if you just follow the police to the car.
Yeah, I was thinking there's what Wuhan keeps making me think of that 90s song with the got the head nod, shit's gonna break your neck. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Got you all in check.
Right.
That's just my head, but yeah. Oh yeah, Justin, I've seen that video and I don't even know if that's true because there's so much bullshit on the internet. But there was video release of what looked like the military welding shut doors on apartment complexes.
They are welding doors shut. That's a real thing. I saw that video too and I thought, nah, it's not real. And then I checked it out. And there's various different sites with lots of tweets coming from China through, you know how you can dodgy up the tweet thing. Remember the Arab uprisings, and they sent out those cut kits on how to hack your own internet. Well, this came through on those channels, basically going, they're welding our doors shut. We can't get out. And they're only dropping food in once every 3 days.
Yeah.
Very frightening.
And
it reminds me of the closes in Edinburgh. When there was plague there, they just bricked up whole fucking streets. Overnight. In one night, they bricked up whole streets and let thousands of people die of plague over months. And it would have taken months for these people to die. Just horrific.
It's like, well, if you live, good on you. If not, who fucking cares? We bricked you in. Yeah.
Well, they left it there for 3 years. They fucking wanted to make sure they were all fucking dead.
Yeah.
And then there was the fire. Anyway, you get that.
Yeah. So, hey, we want to talk about a different thing that's super fucked in the world. I don't know if you've seen any of the stories about India. Basically, the Prime Minister Modi's an absolute fucking piece of shit. He's an extremist Hindu nationalist, and they have a name for it, but it actually has a direct line back to the World War II Nazis. For some, I really weirdly coincidentally listened to a podcast recently, only a couple of weeks ago. There's one I quite like called Behind the Bastards, where the guy, he researches some horrible people from history and tells you stuff that you probably don't know. And he normally has a comedian in with him to riff off what he's saying. But you had this woman, I'll get it right. But basically, she tried to turn Nazism into a religion. Like, you know, you get that vibe that there was that occulty stuff with the Nazis, which is actually...
I've actually researched a bit of this.
Yeah,
and the Nazism stuff came from some occulty religionist stuff, then got into political, and then they wanted to turn it back into religion stuff. I've done that completely the wrong way around so that people can No, I've done it right.
But Hitler basically rejected it. There's all these, you know, folklore that Hitler was really occulty, and he wasn't. Although there was that whole sun god occult shit that they were into early, and some of them stuck with it, but Hitler didn't. But this woman who took on the name Savitri Devi, but she was German or Austrian, but because she was like fiercely anti-British, fucking hated the British. And who else hated the British for a much better reason? Indians who'd been massacred by the British for hundreds of years. And so she hooked up with Hindu nationalists in India during World War II, and they loved the idea of Nazism, and she tried to blend it with Eastern mysticism and Hinduism. And the stuff that she set up in India in World War II never went away, and it's what Modi's reviving. Like, they even have their equivalent of the brown shirts, fucking fascist street gangs, and they are psychotic. Like, Modi's passing or trying to pass laws that just arbitrarily says, if you're not Hindu, you're not a citizen. Now, it's been sharply focused on Muslims, which is a great way to get Europe and America to not give a shit that you're beating up and murdering people because they're Muslims. But they mean anyone who's not Hindu. They're starting to turn on Christians as well.
Well, the other thing too is it's a very smooth way to reintroduce as law your caste system. Very smooth, because once you've gone down the road of not Hindu, then you go down the road of not Hindu enough. Same fucking way ISIS did it. It's the same way everyone's done it through history. This is the circle of tribe. Now, within the circle of tribe, are you tribe enough? And you tighten up the circle again and again and again. I don't want to say it disparagingly, but it's what your Jewish folk have done to survive. And in fact, have split their circle of tribe off into other satellite circles, but have the one circle of tribe looking in, whereas a lot of circles of tribe look out. And everyone does this stuff to survive or take advantage. India should own the fucking world. They should own the world. They've got the benefits of Westminster system, democracy and British education, and have had for fucking 100 years. They should be fucking marching over the fucking world with so much money that anyone who turns up from India gets their cock sucked immediately. But they are all so fucking corrupt that every time anyone makes a buck, you're losing 80% of it, which just disappears in smoke. Because everyone's on the take on the way through. So no value goes fucking anywhere. And I've asked people about this and said, how the fuck has this been allowed to continue on and on and on with so much citizenry? Why haven't they just turned around and gone, no, we're not going to live in places with no fucking toilets forever?
Yeah.
And basically, these folks, locals, have said to me, man, caste system, if you're not a fucking Brahmin, you do
Yeah.
as you're fucking told. And if you are a Brahmin, you do whatever you fuck you like. And it was like, oh, I see. And I thought, it's not like that. It's not like that. Yeah, it is like that. Fucking you get Modi coming and going, oh, we're going to do this ultra nationalism. And it's like,
Yeah.
no one takes a step back and goes, it's just another motherfucker on the take. That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's just him and his thug brown shirt gang going, we're just going to take all the cash because it's there. And now it's our turn to take it. Don't make a fucking space program. Don't make a fucking welfare program. Don't make your cops fucking actually serve the people. One of the most telling things I ever saw was there was these Pakistani terrorists that came in to it was Mumbai train station.
Yeah.
And they had submachine guns and grenades and started fucking shooting up the crowd. And there were like 15, 30 cops there. And there's this footage of these 12, 15 cops running down a corridor only to be stopped by a senior officer standing the other way and screaming at them, and then they reluctantly turn around and go back onto the platform to fucking take on the terrorists. They're the only one in the fucking station with guns. As soon as the terrorists turn up, they fucked off. And it's like, okay, so it's good enough to go around with sticks and beat up people for money, but it's not good enough when fucking actual danger turns up to protect them. You just run away. And it was just this one officer that said, no, boys. If you want to fucking draw pay for the next 6 years, fucking you're going to turn around and fucking go them. And they did end up taking out 2 of the 3 terrorists pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
But just the first instinct of your officialdom to run when they were in trouble bodes terrible for a nation state. I mean, if this is, it's a microcosm of attitude. You can tell by what happens in a place from microcosm of attitude what goes down. You know what it's like. You've been in places where every time you move around, someone wants a fucking handout for something, and some of them are wearing uniforms. And I was in a place once where I didn't speak the language, and a young police person came up with a submachine gun, and I was young and stupid and a comedian, and he basically turned up for money, and I kept on saying to the translator guy, he wants me to lick him, like lick him, lick him. And I was just not understanding what the translator was saying.
Yeah.
Copper's getting more and more angry. Translator's getting more and more fucking intense. And I'm going, I'm not, and, you know, I'm showing my ignorance of what's going on. There's clearly a fucking
gap in communication.
And then the young officer took out his wallet and pointed in it and went, okay, and put my hand out and went, thanks. And my translator's just fucking grabbed me and taken me away. And half a block later, I've just fucking laughed. And translator said, never do that to me again.
No,
Never
what's
do
going
that
to
to
happen.
me again. Because he fucking well knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was fucking around and I didn't give a shit about getting shot. But he was going, I have a fucking family.
Yeah. You're leaving, he's not. Yeah.
You're fine, buddy. If you get fucking shot, you don't care. I do care. I've got kids to raise. Never do that to me again. And I'm going, well, let's avoid the police. And he says, best to do that. I think our shopping day's done. And I'm going, back to the hotel.
Although saying hi to Stella, who's just come in, she thinks, I seem to have wandered in halfway through an amazing story. Yeah, you did miss that. You know what you reminded me of? The playing dumb. There's this guy I knew when I lived in Sydney, and he was a real shit stirrer. And I was on a train with him once, and ticket inspector, and he's a big guy. And these ticket inspectors came, and they're like, "Oh, tickets, please." And so I just pulled out my ticket and gave it to him. And they said to him, "Tickets." And he started doing this thing where he really slowly, with a dazed expression, was checking pockets. And I caught on pretty quickly because he was just such a shitster. He was basically pretending to be quite developmentally disabled. And he's got a ticket and and the ticket inspector is sort of lunging and he goes, ah! And I went, no, he'll get it. Don't worry. He's got a ticket. And he was basically saying, how long will this guy stay here? And he stayed there for a while, but eventually he wore him down because he's just going looking for tickets. And he wasn't overdoing it, so he was quite convincing. And when it got to the stage that the ticket guy's going, oh, don't worry. And he's telling me to get the ticket. And I sort of lean in and went, ah! I go, no, it's very important for his development that he finds it himself.
We can't infantilize him. We can't infantilize him anymore.
And then when the guy finally went to give up and go away, the friend started going, oh! And I said, he's not going to like it if you walk away. Because he knows he can do the right thing. And
you bastards
for like 15 minutes. And the hardest thing for me was keeping a straight face. I said, the second I crack, if I smile, if I laugh, we are
over.
So fucked.
We're screwed. Yeah.
And so I had to keep it straight.
And he eventually found the ticket, right?
No, we let the guy go.
I was on a train about 6 months ago, maybe a year, I don't know. And there was the black bombers have gotten the train to check people's tickets, and there's of course 5 of them.
Oh yeah.
And they immediately go to the skinny fucking high school kid, and then the Asian girl, and then a woman about 3 seats ahead of me is with her friend and goes, geez, these motherfuckers shit me. Oh, look at this. I've fucking had enough of this. And they get to her. She chucks a total fucking meltdown. I'm talking on the fucking floor, on hands and knees, screaming, crying. They're fucking thinking about stopping the train and getting an ambulance. Her friend comes over and says, if I can just find her shot. No, I just need to find her needle. It's in here somewhere. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. The fucking drama was fucking beautiful. Most people around them knew fucking precisely what was going on. These black bombers are totally fucking flummoxed. Finally, the friend takes something out of the handbag, lifts her skirt up, and whacks it straight up her bum and squeezes it in, and goes, there, darling. Come on, darling. You'll be right. Don't bite anyone. As soon as she said don't bite anyone, these black bombers have fucking gone back like a live thing. They've all just stepped back. And they're going, is she going to be all right? Is she going to be all right? And they say, yeah, no, she's going to be fine. It's just going to take a little while for her to settle down. Just some quiet and some peace would be better now. Next stop, they fuck right off. And doors closed, train goes away. and they'd both pop up and go, "Well, that was a day's work done well, wasn't it?" Yes. And they've sat down, applause from the carriage. They fucking delayed these black bombers. Must have been 20 minutes. It was fucking gorgeous. And I just went, that's balls. That's fucking brilliant. I don't know. They might have been theatre students or they might have been law students, but they were fucking committed.
They were performers.
And as soon as this woman's gone on the floor and they've started freaking out, the friends just jumped in and gone, no, it's okay. As soon as I can find her needle. And she's just looking around in her bag. And of course, no one wants to look in a woman's handbag because you're always going to be disappointed with what you find. So these black bombers are just trying to fucking going, Jesus, I don't know what's going on. Some kind of, she's been triggered. She's been triggered. I think someone might have even said, oh, man, she's been triggered. Because I got the feeling that the whole carriage is starting to get in on this. Because, to fuck up a black bomber is the guy.
There is no one more despised in Melbourne than ticket inspectors. Everyone fucking hates them.
I have heard, I don't know if it's true, I've heard that they're more despised than parking inspectors.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. They absolutely are. I think there's a hierarchy. It's like obnoxious, sort of thuggish bully boys. Their ultimate goal is to get in the army. And if they can't get in the army, they try and get in the police force. And if they can't get in the police force, they end up working security or a parking inspector. And if they can't get a job as a parking inspector, they get a fucking ticket inspector on public transport. And it's just like...
somewhere in that hierarchy is prison warden. I think it comes
prison warden, I reckon.
After police.
After copper, yeah. After
police. Then parking ticket inspector, then ticket inspector. It's funny though. I and you actually know a bloke who you say couldn't get in the army, got in the police force, got in the army, got in the police force, and worked as a volunteer EMT until he was taken off. His extracurricular activities to concentrating on his job in the police force. And every 3 months or so, you can't get hold of him because he's somebody else. I accidentally once walked into a pub and saw him, and we were lucky enough at this time to have a bit of an eye signal going. And I seen him and I was about to greet him and he's given me the eye signal and I've gone, I understand back and walked past, and we ignored the fuck out of each other all night. And I didn't get to speak to him for 2 months until finally he said, oh, thanks, man, for not blowing my cover. It would have been real bad. And I'm going, probably for both of us, I imagine. He said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember a lad I knew from Dubbo from the old days, and I ran into him in Sydney, and he was very flamboyant. He had these interesting fingernails that he'd grown long and filed into points and whatnot, and we were chatting, and I said, what are you actually doing? And he said, public service, work for the public service. Oh, cool. Might see you around a bit. And then I saw him one day, and I was like, oh, Jace, how's it going? He's going, and he was like a very daggy civvies. He's and he just looked around and then just looked at me and lifted up his shirt, and he's got like a gun and a badge under there, and he's went, working.
Working? Walk away.
And okay, clearly it's like, move along, son.
Yeah, walk away. Let's just walk away. Walk away.
Yeah, that's the sort of public service you're doing. Okay.
Oh,
I almost forgot the most important part of the drink I'm going to make. Where is it? Is there any trouble with having all this stuff, actually finding something that I haven't used in a while? Where is it? No, here it is. Okay, so for those who don't know, like to look up things. Is today a day where something's observed, so we can have a bit of a theme? And I did discover today in America is National Chili Day. Well, that's we've got a topic on that because AIDzee's so allergic to chili it can kill him. So if I hold this close enough to the camera, this might kill him over the internet. That's my Anchores Verde chili liqueur.
I expel you! I expel you in the name of the good one! I expel you in the name of cool, refreshing water! I expel you in the name of refreshing bread! Milk and bread. Milk and or bread. If you get fucking hit with chili, milk, yogurt, bread. Don't drink water. Water will jam the thing deeper into the
Milk
receptors and hurt your milk, yogurt, bread. Trust me. Tzatziki is good.
For pepper spray, capsaicin, with the cops using it on you, protesters often have big jugs of milk because that's more effective at washing it out of your eyes than most other things are. But I'll tell you about this. Anchores Verde brings the clean and crisp flavor of poblano chilies from the field to the bottle. That's what you like about chili, isn't it, AIDzee? The clean crispness of it.
Well, it comes from Mexico, doesn't it? And all we need to do is then listen to our American friends about Mexico, and we know all about that, don't we?
So I found
quaddle there.
We've got to come up with a name for this, and possibly something better than the AIDzee killer. But hey, if we don't come up with anything better, so
dirty, horrible foreign drink with its roots in hell, the new marijuana.
We need something catchy.
Oh, chili madness! That's what chili it is. Madness. Yeah? Chili madness, the drink with its roots in hell.
See, you are very good at naming things. So this has got half an ounce of my sumac, the very, very so red it's almost purple sumac vodka.
That's got even redder and more purple since the last time I've seen it. It's got even darker.
Yeah. Now the drink I'm copying this off said 2.5 ounces of vodka, so I'm just putting half an ounce of the sumac vodka, and I'm going to have 2 ounces of just vodka because that stuff's too strong to have 2.5 ounces of it. Got to do half an ounce of vermouth. Again, my newly discovered Australian vermouth that has all the Australian botanicals in it, herbs and whatnot.
Decent and stuff.
Yeah, there's very interesting tastes in this one. You get such variety among vermouths, and that one's an interesting one. And I'm just putting half an ounce of the chili because this stuff's fucking serious.
You've drunk that before. I've seen you take a hit off it.
Yeah.
And I went,
drinking
if it's new, I shouldn't be in the fucking room.
No, I seriously, I don't think I'd open this around you.
Wow. Fuck. Wow. Fuck.
No, I don't want to have to answer embarrassing questions to the ambulance, like, why did he collapse and have a seizure? It's like this. Beverage I shouldn't have.
Well, what you should say is, I hit him with a fucking bottle. Yeah. Really fucking hard.
Yes. Metaphorically, that's true. Yeah.
We were having an argument, and he basically tried to assault me, and I was protecting myself.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get sort of conscious again, you just give me the mail, and I go, yeah, fucking, I'll go with it. I was trying to goose him up the bum, and he hit me with a bottle in my eyes and mucal membranes.
Yeah.
They'll buy it, won't they? They'll buy it.
No, metaphorically, that's true. So let's stir this one, and let's just taste it. That's good.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, should I put anything else in it? So like some juice or something?
Yeah, go on. Go hard, son.
Maybe a little bit of lemon juice. Lemon juice is always good in a cocktail. A little bit of this, I think. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in. Still got a little bit of fresh lemon juice here. Just a 1/4 ounce, really, just a bit.
That's a commercial drink bottle. That must mean you squeeze your own lemons.
Yes. This was. I had some fresh lemons and squeezed them and kept it in the fridge.
And that's lime juice you've got in the other bottle?
No, this is a sugar syrup I made with, and it's jammed up the fucking lid. A sugar syrup I made with unrefined coconut sugar. So it has a real, God, okay, it's gummed up this fucking lid. I'm going to have to soak that in water. It's got a real, almost golden syrup flavor. Like it's got a really strong flavor. So I'm just putting the smallest bit of that in there.
What's coconut sugar made out of? Obviously coconuts.
Yes.
But which bit of the coconut is it made out of?
I honestly don't know exactly. I just got it because it was on special, and I thought that would make an interesting sugar syrup, because you make sugar syrup just with white sugar. One that a lot of bartenders like to make a sugar syrup out of is a unrefined sugar called Demerara sugar. You use it in cake making a lot, and it's got more flavor. And I thought, I bet you that coconut sugar, because it looked like dirt almost. It was brown and very coarse.
Yeah.
And when I smelled it, it had this really it's very earthy and bits of caramel sort of smell in it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And when I made it and tasted it, the closest I come to with flavor was it's like golden syrup. It's quite close to golden syrup. So it's literally just mixed it on the stove, like 50% water, 50% this sugar, boiled it for a while to make sure it all dissolved, then just simmered it for a while, and it's slightly caramelized in that, so the flavor got a bit stronger because it's slightly caramelized. And then Bob's your uncle. You got unrefined coconut sugar syrup.
Did you keep on adding sugar to the boiled mix, or did you just stop?
No. I did it the simplest way. I just did. I've been chilling my glass in the freezer because I'm a fucking.
Ooh, very, very fucking sophisticated, sir.
So
very sophisticated.
Gotta drain this. It's very nice color again because of that sumac vodka.
I like your fucking decanting shaker or stirrer.
Yeah, that's one of the nearest stirring glass. That's one of the newest additions to my bar. Got it like an outlet more. But look, it's a really nice color. It's an almost rose color.
Ooh.
So
I'm getting a because of my monitor, I'm getting a beautiful rich orange. But you've got a rose color almost.
Yeah, it's a slightly. Oh fuck, that's good. It's like you wouldn't, unless you are a serious chili head.
Yeah,
you would not want more of the. Like that was half an ounce. As what would 2.5, 3. There's like 4 ounces of liquid in here, and only half an ounce of it is the chili.
Yeah.
Holy crap! You would not want more.
Okay, so it's thumping in the face as we speak.
It's just good. It's just a good. Oh fuck! It's good. It's just a good level of chili. Now, you get those people who go, "I'm going to eat 15 ghost peppers." Sure, okay, do a double shot of it.
Good on you, mate. The thing that always has disappointed me is I always loved the flavor of chili. Loved it.
Yeah.
Sadly,
sadly, it has a death-like
will
effect
kill me. And this is just got. It was bad when I was younger, but it's just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And now it's just forget it. Not going to happen, mate.
Yeah, I just got to put something in the sink over here. You keep going.
And And the thing at uni was always, and you'll remember this,
Yeah.
was there was always for dinner, there was always grey stuff or red
Yes.
stuff. And
Yes.
grey
Yeah.
stuff was the stew with bits in, and red stuff was a stew with chili in. And on red stuff dinner night, I couldn't join in. I'd have to go and get a kebab or something. And on oh, you are enjoying that.
That's
I
good.
can I can tell you're enjoying that,
Mm.
sir. And I'm glad of it. It
It,
makes
it, it,
me
yeah. It's not an
happy.
everyday drink, this one. It's not like I'm going to sit down and do it, but I like it when I create something new and it
Mm-hmm.
just fucking works.
Mm-mm-mm.
And this one does. So,
Good, good. I'm glad of it. I sing your victories, sir. I
yeah,
sing the song of your encouragements. Well done, slightly chillied hardcore.
yeah,
What did we say? Chili drink with its roots in hell.
yeah,
Or drink with its roots in hell.
yeah.
Um,
I forget what you actually called it now. Yeah.
yeah, I know too. It was really good.
Could rewind it and look. Yeah, Stella's saying because she has a similar problem. Why do allergies get worse as you get older? She loves almonds, but they want to paralyze you. Of course, there is a particularly potent poison that almonds are the base for. It's arsenic,
Arsenic.
isn't it?
Arsenic. Yeah.
Bitter
You'll get
almond.
more and more sensitive to arsenic as you get older, as I
Yeah,
am. I can't eat nuts from trees
yeah,
because of my sensitivity to arsenic.
yeah,
We had an old piano, one at school and one at home, actually. And I used to enjoy playing those things. But if I played it for more than about half an hour, I'd feel really nauseous. And one day I was at the one at home for about 45 minutes and I hurled my fucking guts up. Couldn't believe it. And then mother was concerned, so took me off to the doctor.
yeah.
And the doctor said, "This smell. What have you been near?" And I went, "Oh, I was playing piano." And he's going, and they preserve old pianos with arsenic.
Oh my
Keeps
god. Okay.
keeps all the bugs off. Keeps
Oh
the
my
wood
god.
happy. And yeah, they put a lot of arsenic in old pianos. They don't do it anymore because there's modern pest controllers.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can basically just because this stuff stays around for like 100 years. It is an element after all. But you get more and more sensitive to your allergies as you get older. So
Yeah.
so you can grow out of an allergy or you can grow into an allergy. So you grow out of an allergy because as your immune system matures, your immune system doesn't react to
Mm.
whatever allergen it is. It understands that it's no big deal. Or as you get older, your histamine system recognizes that your immune system is getting weaker. And so it goes on high alert for anything that might be a threat and get past your immune system. So things that it already knows it's allergic to, it gets
Yeah.
more and more, antsy about because this could kill you.
Yes.
Gets a bit over excessive and can kill you, trying not to kill you.
Yeah.
So it's just one of God's great designs.
Yeah. There's
Um,
a web comic that used to be called Altered, and then he got popular and thought Altered is really hard to market, and he's renamed it Shen Comics, which I think is his name. He's very good, very funny, and he's always doing personifications of certain things. And there was one from years ago which I quite like, sort of inspired by manga. And there's this sweet little girl, and there's this quite big hulking figure behind it. Where that's her immune system. And it's, I will always protect you, little one. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, Immune Kun, you are the best." And he's going, "You are safe around me." And then something sort of floats on the air and lands on her cheek. he goes, "Oh my God, what's that?" And she goes, "Don't worry, it's just pollen." And he goes, "No, it's attacking you," and punches her in the face.
It's attacking you. Ah!
That was his version of allergies.
It's beautiful.
Fucking
I'll always
amused.
protect
Yes.
you.
Oh my fucking God, it's gonna kill you.
Ah! Strangle, strangle, punch, punch. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I relate to that.
Yep.
I relate to that pretty big time, actually, as it turns out. Bloody allergies are, allergies are just one of those little things that it's just when you get intelligent design folks, which is just creationism in it. What they call it, creationism in a cheap suit.
Very cheap.
Basically, they say, oh, you can tell that it's intelligently designed by this banana.
Oh my God,
You've
that's
seen
the
that.
worst one.
You've
That's
seen that one.
idiot who used to be on the Kirk Cameron.
Yeah. This is
Bananas prove God is real because they fit perfectly into a human hand, and that couldn't happen by accident. And it's like,
that's right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? First, I mean, it doesn't fit perfectly into your hand for a fucking start. But second, that shape is genetically engineered by humans in the last 200 years.
Also, it fits perfectly in the hand of a monkey. Cameron, did you notice that? Did you notice the monkey? The monkey's hand? That monkey that we don't come from?
Yeah.
It's a little bit off topic, but I'll go there anyway.
Go there.
I'm a little bit more disappointed in creationists because they did a bit more work. Because what's been happening is people in the US, since the AIDS crisis and God came storming back, have been less and less convinced about the system of evolution. And they they say the same old shit like it's just a theory. No one can prove anything, and basically all lies and all mistruths. Because there's warehouses of evidence that says that evolution is a real thing. There is no debate. It's finished. It's done. Do you believe in sunrise? I'm glad, because that's the same as evolution. Effectively, these creationists basically go, oh, we're not descended from monkeys, we're descended from angels. And I'm going, what's so bad about being descended from a monkey? And then the more and more I looked into it, and the more video I saw of people basically complaining about it, I realized they don't want to be descended from monkeys because it means that they're descended from Africans, because Africans are monkeys. And I just went, no, I've seen this wrong. I'm looking at it from the wrong angle. And then I saw it over and over again. And then there was this one kid in a high school who basically said, it was basically showing a picture of an ape. And he said, I don't know, but I ain't descended from that. And the whole class and the teacher laughed, conspiratorial laugh. And I'm going, I was just very disappointed in humanity at that point. And I went, I get it now. You're not worried about genetic drift. You're not worried about bloody, animals moving and evolving. You're not worried about the Earth's timeline because you're not in it anyway, and you're the only thing that's important. The only thing you don't want to be evolved from is coons. And it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. If you want to torture yourself, look up Taz Walker's Biblical Geology. It makes you want to run a hot poker directly into your brain. Stella, I find a hot knitting needle into the corner of the eye and give myself an ice pick lobotomy when I do too much. I had to do some research for someone who I won't mention.
Is this when I sent you up for conspiracies or?
No, this one was on friggin' it was around the time that the Nyman, the science man, did the big debate with that fuckwit Australian in America that did the Bible Museum.
Or whatever his name is. Had
And
the Noah's Ark theme park.
yeah, which got flooded out.
Yeah.
Fucking best ever. Anyway, so this thing went as you'd predict, and Nyman was really sweet, but you could tell he was frustrated as fuck for the last quarter of the event.
Yeah.
He was just going because people got to ask questions, and they said, "What would it take to change your mind?" And dickhead boy went, "Nothing will change my mind, nothing at all, because it's all in here." And Nye basically said, "I would hope that any new verified evidence would immediately change my mind on anything."
Yeah.
If anyone came up to me with evidence that was verified about anything I held dear, I'd have to just let it go and go with the new truth. And then this turd burgle fucking turned around and said, "New truth. What is new truth? There is only one truth." And virtually half the audience face palmed and just went, "Fuck, you've not been around for a while." And then Nyman finished up by saying, "Predict something, predict anything, predict anything at all. Look forward to make any contribution to the future. Predict something, because that's what science does. It predicts the next
Based
thing,
on
and then
evidence.
you try it, and then you predict the next thing, and you get fucking mobile phones and vehicles." And this guy just fucking went on and on and on about how evolution wasn't a thing, and how the fucking world was 6,000 years old, and how people rode dinosaurs. And it's more and more frustrating because it's my argument against the phrase "the N-word." Okay. I don't like it. I really don't like it because it pretties up and makes it easy to triple over a horrible racial slur. You don't say, on the news, you don't say he called him a nigger. You say he called him the N-word. And what it does is it excuses nice, straight, white-teethed white girls on the news from having to appear like they're joining in on the institutionalized racism. And it's starting to creep in here too in Australia, and I fucking won't have it. If I'm quoting people, I'm fucking quoting them. I'm not pretending to fucking edit something nice. I hate fucking euphemism. I fucking hate it. It's the most hypocritical shit ever. It's the most bowdlerized piece of crap ever. I understand toning stuff down for children and those badly affected by. I do understand that. But when you're doing it to make yourself less culpable of the things that you're really fucking guilty of, that shits me to tears. When Katie Couric can say it easily with that horrible smile of hers, then I know it's wrong.
Absolutely.
Fucking look, there's so many examples of this. I'm trying to just pick an easy one that's really easy to unpack.
Although
Okay.
I did like Fox News was having a because they're trying to be edgy and they're trying to say cracker is as bad as the N word. Is it? And the black guy they had on the panel, he goes, if there's two words and you won't even say one of them, that's the worst word.
That's the word. Yeah, exactly. If there's two words and you won't say one, which is the worst one? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this absolute clown. He's Dennis Prager. He has this YouTube channel that they call PragerU, which is, of course, in American slang, that's a university. And it's not a university. It's right-wing propaganda. And it's really dumb right-wing propaganda. And, like, so easy to shoot down. Their arguments are so facile. And he went on this tear on Fox News recently. Like, it's ridiculous that you can't say the N-word. And I was just like, look, dude, just say it. We all know you think
just say it. You just said it. Say it.
Yeah.
You know? Stella's going, hey, what's the trend on YouTube to censor every other fucking word like person abuse, murder, etc.? Is that a YouTube suppressing thing or is it just people being wankers? Stella, think stroking one's genitals by oneself. I don't want to say the word. I don't want to come out and say the word exactly, but think about self-abuse, and that's what's going on there. It's dirty, and no one wants to think about it because we'd much prefer to be woke.
Well,
fuck me. I realised I will never be fucking woke. Isn't that fucking shocking? I'm a
really
fucking...
Won't.
Say again, mate.
You really, really won't. You never.
I really won't, which is ridiculous because I'm a fucking ex-prostitute, fucking beaten up, fucking bisexual, out guy, who's sick, crippled, and on welfare. How the fuck can I not be woke? I'm not going to be woke. I'm just not going to be woke. I can even make women smile when I'm in bed with them, and I'm not woke. It's fucking shocking.
I remember there was a comment on one of our videos when you went on one of your tears and talking about, I've been beaten up for being a faggot, and someone's going like, I appreciate the views you're putting forward, but is there any chance of you not using language like that? I find it upsetting. Is there any question that will AIDzee ever stop calling himself a faggot? No, that is not a thing that's going to happen.
Not a thing.
So
that is not a thing.
If you don't want to be exposed to, I completely understand, and you should accept that this is a thing that's always going to happen, and I certainly won't hold it against you. But yeah, in answer to your question, will AIDzee stop saying that? No, he won't.
I tell you what, I did used to get hurt by abusive anti-fag words. There you go. Yeah. I've done it again. But then you get poofed bashed a few times and you go, the words aren't so bad. Yeah. The words are okay. I can handle being shouted at from across the street. It's all right. When there's 4, 5, 6 guys kicking fuck out of me, that's worse. That is worse. Usually they're adding fag puff in, but it's the Boots part, it's the Dr. Martens part that does most.
Williams. Yeah.
Well, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. These guys aren't wearing Doc Martens; they're wearing RM Williams. You better believe it. And Country Road shirts. Stop now, AIDzee. Stop.
Yes. Those blue chambray Country Road shirts. Jesus Christ. They all look the same where we fucking went to college. That's why I still won't wear a blue shirt because it was my brother hung out with those fucking idiots and they would all dress the same. Blue chambray shirts, jeans or fucking cargo pants, and Blunston fucking boots. And
there was you, and there was another guy we know from South Africa, and I won't name him, but you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
And both of you had brothers in business.
Yes.
And I didn't know until I met both of your brothers in business, where both of you were talking to your brothers in business, and in exactly both the same way. I could see the mutual detest and loathing from each bro to each bro about each other's lifestyle. And I went,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I hope
Yeah.
I never sink to that level with my bro. And I did. I really did. But then we got older and it was cool. And what was really interesting was he was pissed that I was on welfare all the time. He was really pissed about it. And then I got sick and was in a coma, and then I was out of hospital, and then I got sick and was back in hospital. Then I got out of hospital, and then I went back in hospital again. Oh, for a concussion. I went back in for a concussion. And then got out of hospital again. And on the way, what was happening was I was really excited, and I was telling the folks that I had interviews for and was either starting or trialing for jobs. And every time I stepped up to the plate, I got a smack in the face. Finally got the gangrene. And he turned around one time. We were at a family function. And he said, mate, I always thought that the arthritis was a bit of bullshit. And I went, oh, Jesus Christ, man, I wish you were right, dude. I wish you were right, man. I wish it was. And he said, and then I seen this sequence of events and you not dying shit, which stunned me because I didn't know he had 2 friends die within 6 months of one died of the flu and another died of an infection which got septic, and he just died. And both of those things have happened to me. And my doctors have given my folks and my family the percentages of my going to live. And my percentages were much, much lower than his friends. And I survived and they didn't. And I'm not skiting that I did and they didn't. I feel bad for them and their family, and my bro. But he was just going fucking how you expected to get ahead if every fucking time you step up you get a kicking. And I went, well, it'll happen one day, and I am fucking confident of it. And he says, I don't fucking understand how you're confident of it. And I'm going, mate, you walk out on a stage, not only doing comedy, doing any fucking performing in front of a cold group of 500 people who are all sitting there expectantly, and you've got to dance, fucking monkey boy. You've got to fucking make it happen right fucking now. And it's like when you're going to sing something and you can't sing because no one can. Believe me, singers who are brilliant think they can't sing. Trust me on this. I have never yet met a singer who has gone, I'm a really good singer. They all go, I'm really worried that one day everyone's going to find out I'm a fraud.
It's like writers where I'm worried I have just written the last good thing I'll ever write. Comedians going, I worry I have just come up with the last joke I will ever come up with. And people say, why do movie stars take shitty roles? Like top flight stars do shitty movies because when they get offered a movie, they go, this could be the last movie
This could be the last gig I ever get. I might not ever work again. I'll take it because I'll get it. I mean, shit, when you're an up-and-coming comic, you fucking take any gig you can get. You learn that there's some gigs you should put away. And I learned which ones I should put away. And
I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day. Man, very flawed man, but he puts out about fucking 10 hours of podcast a week. Like, he loves to talk. And he's an interesting and open-minded person with some pretty fucking bad blind spots. Like, he doesn't see the difference between giving a platform to an interesting comedian, an interesting scientist, an interesting writer, and a fucking white supremacist. He goes, they're all just ideas, man. It's like he's got this massive blind spot to his own level of privilege where he doesn't see platforming a fucking Nazi lover is actively hurting people. But I like to listen when he's talking to a comedian or when he's talking to someone who's not an asshole. And I listened to one the other day because it was with a comedian, and some of the stuff they were talking about, you know, it's just like how they never know. They just never know what's coming next. They never know if something's going to land. They never know what.
One of the things that was beautiful for me in my life was I always fought with my father. Always. When I was between 16 and 17 years old, it was the most fraught year of my mother's life because she knew that one of us was going to kill the other one. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Yeah.
And then I just really turned 17, and the option came for me to do dramatic uni somewhere. And there was, it turned out, dramatic uni in Canberra. And my mother and I conspired to go, no, not that one. Because we decided that one of us had to leave the house and it was more practical for me to. And that's why I went to Bathurst. It was going to be any fucking where that was at least 2 hours away from fucking Canberra. And Bathurst was perfect. In fact, I got 3 offers. Nice fish. I got an offer from Wollongong, an offer from Nepean, and an offer from Bathurst. And I looked at Bathurst, and when I got to the audition at Bathurst, and what's weird is you go to these auditions and you see the same fucking people auditioning all around the fucking state, and you just go, I've fucking seen it. And eventually you become the gang. And a few of them will end up in your class. But anyway, you know, and they know that, you're committed. I'll see you around the world. And I do. To this day, I still see the same guys treading the boards. And it's like, oh, hey, man, I fucking haven't seen you for 30 years. Anyway, so I get to the audition in Bathurst, and there's this fucking janitor guy with his arm full of fucking foam cups and coffee and fucking sugar, and he's, all fucking, and he's got keys in his mouth. He's going, oh, right. And I'm going, oh, hey, can I come here and grab a keys and let me in this front door? And I'm going, yeah, man, no worries. And so I've let this janitor guy in daggy jumper and sort of overall sort of, working pants and boots. And he's set this stuff up and then gone, oh, I've got to fucking fill the urn. I said, oh, I'll come and fucking carry it with you. Water's heavy. He says, oh, you don't have to. I said, fucking, we're here now. And so I've come with him and I've gone, okay, janitor guy. They know stuff. They know stuff. So I've started pumping this janitor guy for information about the audition. What are they looking for? What are they interested in? What kinds of things do they like? And he's going, a bit of this, bit of that, blah, 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 blah. And he's telling me, bits and pieces, nothing fucking solid. But, fucking anything's a fucking edge, right? And so I assemble with everyone in the room thinking, I'm pretty fucking smug here. I've gotten hold of a few people, and I've fucking pumped the janitor full of information. And then the lecturer types come in, and I'm going, oh, here we go. Yeah, and we're on. And then janitor guy comes in and stands in the middle of them going, so, hello, everyone. I'm Senior Lecturer Bill Blakey, and I'll be running this audition today. And I'm going, oh, fuck, because he looked right at me, and I'm going, oh, fuck me. I fucked this royally. Haven't even started. And as it was, actually, I did okay. But Bathurst was good because it was far enough away so that me and my old man wouldn't kill each other.
Yeah.
And then he was never real fond of me doing theatre. He was very happy about me doing communications, but not real happy about me doing theatre. And then doing theatre is hard because you get a lot of no. You get a fucking bucket load of no. And you get a tractor load of fuck off. And then you get a fucking building full of mine piss off out of it. And so you have to climb up a sheer glass wall all the time with your fingernails going, I don't think they're real strong. And they're not. And so you learn that you've just got to fucking walk out there striding like a walking god. And you've just got to turn and face them and fucking make it go. That's all you got to do. You just got to make it fucking go. And by learning this, what I also learned was, because, I think every boy grows up thinking, there's a time that I'm going to grow up and be a man and know stuff. I'm going to know how to be an adult. I'm going to know everything that an adult's supposed to know.
Yes.
And that time never fucking comes. And I remember fucking becoming real aware of that time when I just about finished my comedian apprenticeship. And I was going, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just making shit up as I'm going along. And I'm just writing fucking jokes that I hope will work. And I was already working in TV at that point. And my jokes were going out over the airwaves. And I'm going, people like them. I don't know why people liked them. I fucking found out a bit later because I did a bit more serious study. But people liked them, and I went to my comedy mentors. I'm a fucking fraud. People are going to find out that I'm just making shit up as I'm going along. And a couple of them laughed and took me aside and said, "Mate, that's all anyone does in anything forever." And I realized that every father looks at his son, and as his son says, "Is everything going to be okay, Daddy?" And he looks in his eyes and goes, "Oh yeah, mate, it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine," with total confidence and total conviction. In reality, he is making shit up as he goes along, and will forever do so. When they hand you a baby, they don't hand you an instruction book, and you can't take it back for another one. You go, the fuck am I doing this, and why is it crying and leaking? Effectively, you've got to just keep on telling it everything's going to be fine, and they believe you that you know stuff for years and years and years and years and years. Absolutely. And then eventually they either figure it out or fucking get a daddy complex forever. And it was only through the process of doing that thing that my old man didn't like that I understood where my old man was coming from. And I get along with him a lot better now. There's still moments of friction, but it was through this process of being told no a lot, and being told that no one has any help for you. You're just going to have to do it on your own, which is terrifying. Which is, to be told you're just going to have to do it on your own. Right. Because we were lucky. We got taught how to frame, and we got taught how to move along a frame so that we can get things done. And we got taught formulae on how to things up in a hurry, and we got taught how to make theatre out of mud and sticks, which was at the time I thought, this is shit, I'm never going to get in the night of doing this. But these days I am so fucking grateful of the theatre of mud and sticks, because I've seen people go to piss at the merest opportunity because something's different, and I've made shit up out of nothing immediately.
It's absolutely surreal. Like, what we discovered is our training, our theatre media training was 100% perfect for someone wanting to do stuff on YouTube, which is
Yep.
we did this course 10 years, 20 years before YouTube existed. But the
10
idea
years,
of just being
10 years
able
before
to
the
create,
internet existed.
Yeah.
10 years before the internet existed. There
Yeah.
was no such thing as the
Mm.
World Wide Web. And we did
Yeah.
this theatre course. And then bang, World Wide Web comes on. Then YouTube comes on. And all of a sudden, you know, it's opened the way for us to go, oh, so you just make shit up as you go along. Oh, we can do that. We know how to do that. But the other thing too, go on.
Exactly right.
But the other thing too is that, seriously, when have you gone for a job, Mr. Angry, and not got one?
Yeah, see, that's the weird thing, because I work in IT. This is my work clothes. I'm an office man. I write documents. I do presentations. I talk to people, because I got taught how to communicate. I got taught how to hold an audience. I can get people to do what I want. I can communicate effectively to people. I can get results I want. In theater, it's how to get an audience to like you. In business, it's how to get other people in a meeting to agree with you, or how to express something so they'll understand it and it will have meaning to them. And it's absolutely surreal that our sticks and mud theater training set me up perfectly to be a fucking business analyst in the world of corporate IT.
I have lost precisely 2 jobs that I have interviewed for. Precisely 2.
Yeah.
And the reason I lost those 2 jobs was they actually internally hired, but had to run a mock selection process anyway, and was told that on the phone later. Every other job I've applied for, I've got. Why? Because as soon as I get that interview, I've gotcha. It's all over.
We know how to sell.
I can basically close within about 15 minutes. If I've got you for 15 minutes, I've got a job. Last time I went for a serious job, I was accidentally off my fucking guts. I was fucking stonkered hammered. And I didn't mean to go into this interview fucking hammered. I just didn't know it was on that day. I came in believing I was having a briefing session from my immediate boss, and I had this half-assed briefing session from my immediate. So why? That's why the bosses hate it when I tell them to get fucked in a meeting. No, they love it, Stella. They don't mind.
I think Stella's literally telling them to get fucked, which
that's what I mean too. You got to tell them in the right way, and they love the shit out.
Metaphorically, you can turn people around if you know how to work them. You can get to the point where you're essentially telling them to get fucked, and they go, oh, "That's what I should do. I should fuck right off."
Genius. And so I fucking go in for this half-ass briefing. I'm going, well, this briefing's fucking bullshit. I fucking should have saved my energy and not come. I'm stoned anyway, so I might as well fucking go home. And I was getting ready to go home, and he says, right, okay, so boss is ready, let's go. And I find myself talking to this boss.
Yeah.
Going, right, here we are. How you doing?
Yeah.
And this boss asks me questions, and I tell the boss answers him. I'm going, oh, I can hardly focus, and I know I'm swaying in this chair, and I know my speech is slurring. And I got the gig. And you know, it was cool. And it was effectively 2 things. What I was selling was unbuyable anywhere else. That helps a lot. And the other thing was I just decided to adopt a collegial attitude the moment I went into the room. And this is also part of the thing. It doesn't matter how old you are, even if you're very, very young. Don't go in sucking up. Go in going, hello, fellow worker. How you doing? I'm very pleased to be part of your team. This mental process. Very pleased to be part of your team. Righto, fucking let's get on to it. What do we need to do?
Yeah, you
And
should be interviewing them. You should be making it clear, like, well, you guys have got to make it worth my while to take this job. You know.
absolutely. Let's sniff each other's bums. What are we got to get done? Can we do it
Mm,
together? Are we going to build value for each other? It's
mm.
that kind of attitude, and they'll
Yeah.
pick the bosses particularly will pick up on that straight away because
Yes.
that's the attitude they see with other CEOs. That's the
Yes.
attitude they see with customers. So many people think that business is this cutthroat, fucking dog eat dog, kill world. It's bullshit. At the very top between customer and provider, it's all
Mm.
about, hey man, how can I bring what I've got to you to make you a shitload of cash, and you in return give me a shitload of cash, so we both help each other out. At that level, at the very top level where things are bought and sold, it's very collegial. In fact, you're basically trying to build relationships is what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And in fact, a lot of times your business customers and partners become your friends. I've
Yeah.
seen that so much, is that customers and providers become each other's friends. And they hang out a lot, and they're at the same parties, and it's special because all of a sudden information skitters around the same circles of men and women,
Mm. Mm.
and then all of a sudden you've got very powerful information going to the right person, who then helps his or her friends out, and that
Yes.
becomes a very powerful circle indeed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
so you
bedtime.
get all these movies with dog eat dog business, but
Mm.
it's good drama, but it's not real.
No.
And so when you go into a job interview and you're just going, hey, collegial individual, how are we going to fucking help each other out? And then effectively they go, oh, yeah, okay, this one's onto it. Not a fuckwit, not scared. Because they don't like scared.
Scared is bad. Yes.
Because they don't want scared. They want someone who at least fucking shows some initiative and take it on.
Mm.
And I've had interviews where they've said, now, what happens when you stuff up and make a really bad mistake? And I go, all right, well, there's a 3-step process. The first one is step back and see how bad the fire is. Can I fight it now? Or should I just get everyone out of the room and shut the door and seal it up? And in which order do I call the fire, the police, and the boss? Because you just got to work that order out. And they say, would you ever try and fix or cover up a mistake? And I'm going, fuck no. That's the worst thing you can do. As soon as you make a mistake, any mistake that's got any kind of impact on the running of business, you shut down the line, hit the red button immediately, and get the repair crew and the management in to conference immediately how this repair is going to happen, how you're going to chop out the rot, put in the patch, and keep the line going. You do not let the mistake grow to the point where the whole thing snaps, because that is very, very bad indeed. And this boss virtually hired me on the spot. And I was working there for a couple of weeks, and we were having some beers, and this guy said, if everyone in the interviews, you and one other guy basically said that I wouldn't fuck around with a mistake. I'd just fess up. And he said, you didn't even say fess up. You basically said immediately grab everyone and work out how to fix it. There was no saying, oh, I would fess up. It is be like, no, let's fucking stop the problem, everyone together, and understand it's just a problem. We can fix it, but you don't cover it up. And that's the scared thing. That's what bosses are afraid of when you're scared.
Yeah.
When you're scared, they're afraid that you'll make a mistake. You'll be too scared to say anything about it. You'll cover it up, and they'll lose a $4 million client. You can fuck up in front of a $4 million client. People do it all the fucking time. As long as you get the repair crew in quickly, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. People understand that people fuck up. They do. They get it.
But do people understand it's bedtime? I'm going to bed.
It's bedtime. Oh, there you go. We're talking
So
again.
Thank you one and all for joining. I know Safa was saying like, yeah, it's the hardest time to get a job is when you don't have a job, or there's no job more difficult than your first job. And there's nothing that adds stress to an interview like you're a bit desperate and you really need this. It's you learn some techniques to suppress your fucking paranoia. But yeah, anyway, thank you all, one and all, for joining.
On the internet's gone, how to get a job?
Let's do that for a podcast. Let's think about it, think about stuff, and we'll record it next week.
Righto, because there's a lot of people without a job right now, and
there's going to be more,
and not a lot of people, not a lot of jobs. So there must be a lot of people going for jobs and not getting them. So why don't we help the people who want to get a job and don't have one?
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a good plan for next week's.
Okay, I'll make something up for next week. Hey, people, thank you very much for having us on your device, having me on your device. I appreciate it. You should subscribe to Angry and make a like on him. And you should also put a bell on his face. I got all that right, didn't I?
Yeah, that was absolutely spot on, perfect. Nary a foot wrong there. Cool. So, okay. Yeah, Stella wants us to address getting a job with a disability, something AIDzee knows about, in fact. So we're going to spend a couple of days thinking about this, and we'll actually address it next week. So look after yourselves in the meantime. I want to see you all again soon. But for now, it's goodbye. Goodbye.